Hello students, my name is КазуТБ-ЭУиА-Управленческий. I am a teacher of Department of History of Kazakhstan in Social Humanitarian Disciplines. The theme of our lesson is basic concepts of the state, law, and state legal phenomena. And today we are going to speak about the concept, essence, and science of the state, form of the state, the mechanism of the state, the concept, essence, and attributes of law, sources of law, and branches of law. The state is a form of human association distinguished from other social groups by its purpose, the establishment of order and security, its methods, the laws and their enforcement, its territory, the area of jurisdiction or geographic boundaries, and finally by its sovereignty. A state is a polity under a system of governance. There is no undisputed definition of a state. A widely used definition from the German sociologist Max Weber is that a state is a polity that maintains of monopoly on the legitimate use of violence, although other definitions are not in common. The word state and its cognates in some other European languages, Stato in Italian, Estado in Spanish and Portuguese, État in French, Stat in German, ultimately derive from the Latin word status, meaning condition and circumstances. The early 16th century works of Machiavelli, especially The Prince, played a central role in popularizing the use of the word state in something similar to its modern sense. And theories on the origin of state. The oldest theory about the origin of the state is the divine origins theory. It's also known as the theory of divine right of kings. The exponents of this theory believe that the state didn't come into being by any effort of man. It's created by God. And second theory is patriarchal theory. The principal exponent of this theory is Sir Henry Maine. According to him, the city is a conglomeration of several families which developed under control and authority of the eldest male member of the family. The head or father of the patriarchal family wielded great power and influence upon the other members of the family. And next theory is matriarchal theory. The chief exponent of this theory are Morgan, McLennan, and Edward Jenks. According to them, there was never any patriarchal family in the primitive society, and that the patriarchal family came into existence only when the institution or permanent marriage was invoked. The kinship was established through the mother. And another early theory of origin of the state is the theory of force. The exponents of the theory hold that wars and aggressions by some powerful tribe were the principal factors in the creation of the state. They rely on the oft gods saying, war begot the king. As the historical explanation on the origin of the state, the force or might prevailed over the right in the primitive society. A man physically stronger established his authority over the less strong persons. The strongest person in a tribe is therefore made the chief or leader of that tribe. And next, social contract theory. The most famous theory with regard to the origin of the state is the social contract theory. According to this theory, there were two divisions in human history. One period is prior to the establishment of the state called the state of nature, and the other period is one subsequent to the foundation of the state called the civil society. The state of nature was bereft of society, government, and political authority. There was no law, no regulate the relations of the people in the state of nature. And the next theory is Marxism theory. The Marxist theory of origin of the state is based in class struggle as subjected to the following fierce criticism. In the first place, it's nowhere stated in history that state in its origin and linked with the class struggle. In the second place, there might be different class interests, but it's difficult to say that these classes were at arms as the Marxists have us to believe. The classes, on the other hand, cooperated with each other and contributes in their way in the composite development of the state. And next, the essence of the state. The essence of the state is the main natural quality, property, attitude of the state, which remains unchanged throughout the entire time of its development, determines its goals, and is the source of development. The question of this essence of the state is problematic due to the fact that people's views on the state are extremely subjective and depend on the specific historical state of the state in which they live, on the political attitudes and beliefs of their time. The state is revealed in a variety of ways, and it's very difficult theoretical task to establish its permanent natural qualities. In modern science, the volitional concept of the essence of the state dominates. It's based on the consideration of state power as a kind of social power. The essence of any social power is based on the social will, that is, the desire of the subjects of power achieve the goals that determine their needs. To understand the essence of state means to understand the will, which subjects are carried out through the state power. What goals are achieved by the subject through the state power. The volitional concept of the essence of the state is divided into three areas. Class approach, it was formed in the 18th or 19th centuries and received its last theoretical justification in the works of the social democrats. And second areas, it's general social approach. The essence of the state is that is an organization that expresses the will of whole society and services as a mean to achieve the public good. And dualistic approach tries to eliminate the shortcoming of the first and second approaches and combines them. The essence of the state in this case is born as an apparatus of class violence, but as it develops, it strives to achieve the social good and express the will of all social groups. And science of the state, the existence of a law and the sovereignty of a state, the presence of a certain territory that is subject to the authority and jurisdiction of the state, The existence of a special system of bodies and institutions that perform on the function of the state power, and monopoly on the lawful use of force. The right of mandatory collection of taxes and other mandatory payments, which ensures its economic independence. And form of the state. The form of the state is structure, a certain model of the internal structure of the state, including its territorial organization, principles, methods of formation and interaction of these authorities, as well as methods of exercising power that then ensure the implementation of a certain state policy. And elements of state forms. At first, the form of government is a form of element state which determines the organization of the supreme bodies of state power, are the order of their formation, the timing of activities, and the competence and order of interaction of these bodies among themselves and with the public. And second elements of the state forms is form of government of the state structure. It's a method, a territorial organization of a state or states forming a union, and defines the internal structure of the state, its division into its constituent parts or territories, and principles of their relationship to each other. And next, elements of state. Political regime is a set of means and methods by which the ruling elites exercise economic, political, and ideological power in a country. And next question is law. Law is a concept of jurisprudence, one of the types of regulators of public relations, a system of generally binding, formally defined, accepted in accordance with the established procedure, guaranteed by the state rules of conduct. They regulate public relations. Individuals' theories of the origin of law are considered in connection with the corresponding theories of the origin of the state. There are conciliarity, regularity, theological, natural law, historical, Marxist theories of the origin of law, and the theory of legal specialization. The essence of law based on the type of legal understanding. Positivism at first, at second, neo-positivism. Principles of law are the initial, fundamental principles that must characteristically express the essence of law, legally fixing the real foundation of regulated spheres of public relations. And various scientists identify the following most common features of law. It's there are normativity, general application, guaranteed by the state, intellectual and volitional character, and formal definition, and systematic. Branches of law and area of the legal system, which is a set of legal norms that regulate qualitativity in homogeneous group of public relations, the industry, and characterized by the peculiarity of the subject of method and legal regulations. And thank you for your attention.